Guys, we've got a good gap now. It's not just 1 point.
But we're
But it's
still
still
not.
bragging.
We're still not safe yet.
And let's just talk about that. So we have some scenarios.
Yes.
I'll let Anne help with that.
Yes. I do just want to note here, no one can possibly clinch in Las Vegas. It's just a matter of getting points in Vegas, pretty much. So we have the scenarios for Lando, Oscar, and Max. I don't know what order you want to go in.
We can do Max first.
Oh,
we can
okay.
go from third to
From
first.
third to first, okay. You read the points, and I'll say whatever needs to be said afterwards.
So we have scenario 1 for Max, okay? Win everything. This means Verstappen must win all 3 Grand Prix and the Qatar Sprint with 83 points. That will equal 83 points. Norris must score 34 points or fewer across those events. Piastri must score 58 points or fewer in those events. And then this is the only path that guarantees Verstappen the title, but it's extremely narrow because you're giving Lando to work with nothing.
34 points over 4 races. I mean, realistically, you have to be thinking that both of the McLarens need to DNF, and I just don't really see that happening. I mean, it really depends on the power units. Like we said a couple episodes ago, McLaren, their strategy this year has been to designate one for Friday, one for Saturday, one for Sunday, and rotate it through based on the number of miles that they think the power unit is going to end up picking up.
Mm-hmm.
And that's partially why Lando's in Zandvoort, that whole DNF. No, that was oil leak, right? That wasn't his actual power unit.
Is that the one where he caught on fire?
Yeah.
It was an oil leak for sure.
Yeah, so I just don't really see that happening. And even with that, if they take on a new power unit, yes, they will get a penalty, but you gotta think how much faster the car is gonna be.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna be a new component.
Yeah. It's a very, very, like we were saying, extremely narrow road for hope there. But then we have scenario 2. Win 2 races plus sprint, Norris falters. So this gives, Verstappen wins 2 races plus a sprint gives him 58 points. Now, Norris scores 10th or lower in those races and misses sprint points. This is pushing it. This is asking for a lot. Piastri has to finish behind Verstappen in all the events. If Norris outscores Verstappen by 35 points in Las Vegas and Qatar combined, Verstappen is mathematically eliminated before Abu Dhabi. If Piastri consistently finishes ahead of Verstappen, Max could also be knocked out of second place contention. That's your Max Verstappen scenarios.
Yeah, it's a lot. I think it's still a bit of a stretch, and winning the title is not in his hands. He needs outside help, which, I mean, historically, you look at Las Vegas, McLaren isn't typically good around there, so you could be hoping to get some points from there. But I don't think that it's enough for them to DNF or, not score as many points as what they would need to, you know?
Yeah. But, now to give my Max fans a break, 2 Oscar scenarios. So first things first, we have scenario 1. This is win 2 Grand Prix plus the Qatar Sprint. If Piastri wins Las Vegas, which is 25 points, Qatar Sprint, which is 8 points, and Qatar Grand Prix, which is 25 points, that will be 58 points for him, and that will be a good guaranteed. If Norris finishes P3 or lower in those events, Piastri could take the lead before Abu Dhabi. That's scenario 1.
Yeah, but even then, it's still not guaranteed for him to win, because if then Lando wins in Abu Dhabi, that's his title.
Yeah. But scenario 2, consistently beats Norris. So if Piastri finishes ahead of Norris in all 3 races and scores well in the sprint, he can overturn the 24-point deficit. Example, y'all are in math class today, okay? Piastri finishes P2 in all races. That's 18 points times 3, which equals 54 points. Norris finishes P5. That's 10 points times 3. That's 30, which then equals Piastri gains 24 points and ties.
And this doesn't take into account for the sprint. So the sprint could change. And one of them would win. Again, I still feel like it's a long stretch for this to happen based on because he's gotten P5 the last 3 races. So
that's asking for a lot, and I think if you're putting that, like, he has that pressure, and if you have that pressure on the back of your mind, I think it does kind of affect the way you go into these next couple races.
Yes.
Keep that in the back of your mind. And then we have scenario 3. Norris DNFs or poor finishes. So if Norris fails to score in any of one race, Piastri can capitalize with a podium or win to swing the title momentum. That's asking a lot.
Yes.
That is being very hopeful, and I just don't see that happening.
You never know.
Yeah, we'll see. This race could be like, this NFL season. It's been like, you think something's gonna happen and you turn around and it's like, what? So, moving on. Then we have Lando's scenarios.
You forgot the little blurb at the bottom for Oscar.
I'm not wearing my glasses.
That's why I pointed it out.
So if Norris extends his lead to 26 points after Qatar, Piastri would be mathematically eliminated before Abu Dhabi. If Piastri finishes behind Norris in Las Vegas and Qatar, the gap could become, I can't read that, oh my god,
insurmountable.
Look, it's because the S all the way to N looks combined to me. I'm moving on. Anyways, I can't read that. I need to make my words a bit bigger, but that's okay. Anyways, moving on to the Lando scenarios, the ones that all my Lando haters and Lando fans have been waiting for. So, in scenario 1, wins in Qatar. He outscores Piastri by 9 points across Las Vegas and Qatar, including the sprint. He maintains or extends his 49-point lead over Verstappen.
And that's all he needs.
Yeah. But we have 2 other scenarios. Scenario 2, wins in Abu Dhabi. He enters the final race with a 26-point lead over Piastri. Since 25 is the max available, Verstappen is already eliminated from contention, 26 plus points behind after Qatar. So, still a really good setup for him. Then we have scenario 3. If Lando finishes second in all remaining races and sprints, he will become the world champion even if Oscar manages to win everything. Because he has that gap. Like, you can't. So, y'all are wishing for his downfall, but he's pretty much set, if anything.
And even if both of them don't win, he only needs to outscore Oscar by 2 points per thing. So he needs 2 points in Vegas over Oscar, 2 points in Qatar over Oscar, including the sprint, I believe, and 2 points in Abu Dhabi, and it's ours.
So
they don't even necessarily need to finish high up in the points. I don't think Max has enough of a chance to even.
Honestly, it's just impressive.
Okay, so even if we give him the win in Las Vegas, that's 26 points. He still needs he has what's the gap to Max right now? It's almost 50, right?
Yeah.
So realistically, we can give him the win, and then we still have 24 points. So. And that's not even taking into account the points that Lando would get in Las Vegas. So we have more than 24 point room to lose out here. And I'm only saying this, I'm only saying this because we have not been good in Las Vegas in recent years. And I don't want people expecting them to go out, either Lando or Oscar, to win. I don't want that happening because it's not likely. It's not likely, in my opinion. So
it would be a very big wild card if either of them won, because it's just not our strong suit. Right. The strong suits tend to be, surprisingly, sometimes the Ferraris, the Mercedes. So expecting McLaren to clinch that would be a very far-fetched.
Exactly.
But we never know. But don't get your hopes high thinking either of them is gonna win.
Right.
Be
well,
smart.
last thing I promise about Vegas. I know we have our preview next week, but still, just last thing.
Preview to the preview.
Yeah. It's predominantly straights. There's not a lot of corners. And the McLaren has been slow on the straights because we have stopped bringing upgrades. So unless they find a little thing that can give them a couple more tenths, are not gonna do well, to no one's surprise. So
anyways, moving on. So again, don't forget to keep a lookout for our next F1 video too, because we will be getting more into like the Vegas Grand Prix and the preview for that. But this is a heavy video this week. Good luck, Em. Honestly, we could probably cut our scenarios into its own video if we wanted to. But
we'll have to see about that.
Yeah. Anyways, moving on. So, if you'd like to see more of our videos, please subscribe. Turn on our post notifications. Those are very important if you want to see any of our other videos. And then please like this video. I keep forgetting to say that. Like our videos. It means a lot to us. And then comment any of your predictions, how your week went, your thoughts, your surprises, what you were expecting but did not see coming. So let us know in the comments. And then go follow our other social media pages because we post things every once in a while, especially our F1 edits, because why not? They've earned it. And then that should be the 12 days of Christmas. That's coming up soon. Okay, guys, we're already planning videos. We're excited to do them. It's gonna be slightly different this year. It's not gonna be the same as last year. There will be some videos, but other than that, we are doing new videos, so you don't want to miss those. So subscribe.
And they're fun. So
yeah. There are some videos you guys will be seeing that we filmed like a while ago, and we decided to save it for the 12 days of Christmas, so keep a lookout for those because they're actually really funny. We just haven't gotten to them yet. So if you want to see that.